In this video, we will talk about IAM-LDAP script mode SSO configuration. Now we will explain SSO mode. Here are the SSO that can be supported by IAM as LDAP SSO, it consists script, ADSO, EWA, and monitor mode. POP3 SSO. Proxy SSO, it consists of username and password authentication, Kerberos authentication and ISA. Web SSO. Third-party SSO, it can support Ruchi SAN system, HEC-CAM system, HEC IMC, city hotspots and can support HTTP SSO. Database SSO, it can support Oracle MS SQL DB2 MySQL database. PO-SSO and Sangfor device SSO. Now we will explain the DAP SSO introduction. If there is a Microsoft Active Directory (AD) domain server for managing users in the network and LAN users use domain accounts to log into the computers. Domain Single Sign-On (SSO) can be used to enable LAN users to pass authentication on IAM device after they log into domain. In other words, by using domain SSO, LAN users can access internet once they log into the domain. They do not have to be authenticated by IAM device. There are 4 DAP SSO modes. Script mode, SSO agent, EWA SSO only supported MSAD domain and monitor mode. We now will explain AD domain script mode SSO. It is required to add logon.x and logoff.x scripts to domain group policy. When domain users log in or log off, the domain script will be auto-executed. First, PC login to domain. Second, PC auto-executes logon.x script. Third, PC sends messages as PC IP and domain user account to IAM and auto-login successful in IAM. For the steps for the script SSO mode are: firstly, configure DAP SSO authentication policy in IAM. Secondly, configure SSO options for domain. Thirdly, add script to domain. We now will explain about SSO script mode configuration steps. Below are the configuration steps for SSO script mode for IAM as: first, add a new LDAP external authentication server. Second, add a new authentication policy. Third, enable AD domain SSO. Fourth, add logon.x and logth.x script to AD server group policy object. Final, test the result. Now we will explain step 1. Add a new LDAP external authentication server. Go to Users to Authentication to External Auth Server. Within Auth Server, click on Add button. Within drop-down list, choose LDAP Server. Key in the server name and choose the server type that you use. Must key in the add server IP as show as 172.16.1.2. Can change the port number and timeout, seconds, number. Can enable or disable the anonymous for search. For the admin DN and base DN. Can go to window PowerShell. Type in the command as its query username administrator, add server username. Copy the CN equals administrator, CN equals users DC equals CDS, DC equals com. Paste it to admin DN and base DN box. Caution, the admin DN and base DN are very case sensitive and the format must same, so please make sure you have type correct. Key in the add server admin password. Click on test validity button. It will pop up test validity box, consist of 2 test validities: change password and account validity. Within change password, can let user change LDAP server password by keying username and new password. Choose account validity. Key in add server username and password. Click on test validity button. The message will show the domain account is valid. Click on commit button. The LDAP external authentication server have successfully appeared within auth server box. Now we will explain step 2. Add a new authentication policy. Go to Users to Authentication policy. Within authentication policy, click on Add button. The authentication policy box will be pop up. Key in the authentication policy name and description. Within the Object section, key in the IP and MAC address for the ad user PC that you have connected with ad server, can be in specific IP or many IP in range. Within the Auth method section, can choose for method as open authentication, password-based, single sign-on, SSO, and none. Within single sign-on, SSO, it will be active if you choose this SSO for Auth method. For user fails SSO, it will trigger policy below, consist of open authentication, password-based, got to web page, and CAS server. Choose Auth method as single sign-on, SSO, and for user fails SSO as password-based. Click on Commit button. The script SSO authentication policy have been successfully created. Now we will explain step 3. Enable ad domain SSO. Go to Users to Authentication to Single Sign-On. Within Single Sign-On, must tick on Enable Domain SSO. Go to Tick to enable Obtain Login Profile by executing logon script through domain. Click on Download SSO Program. Within Share Key, must enter Share Key for login and logoff script parameter after install the script within ad server, will explain later. Can go download file, can see the login tools zip file been successfully downloaded, unzip the login tools zip file. Go to Downloads to login tools to English to bin path. It will consist logon, logoff script and Sangfor file. Now we will explain step 4. Add logon and logoff script to AD server group policy object. Copy the login and logoff script from the folder to desktop. Type in gpmc.msc command within run box. It will redirect to group policy management page. Within domain, go to organization unit, create new GPO as script logon. Click on the GPO that you have created within organization unit. It will pop up another group policy UI that consists computer and user configuration. Go to user configuration to policies to Windows settings to scripts, logon/logoff. Within scripts, logon/logoff box, click on logon script. It will pop up logon properties box, click on show file. It will pop up user to scripts to logon folder, copy the Sangfor logon script you have downloaded from IAM. Click on add button. It will pop up add a script box. Click on browse button. Choose the Sangfor logon script from the logon folder. Key in the script parameter as 192.168.19.165 as IAM IP, 1775 or 1773 as UDP port number, Sangfor as share key. Just the reminder, UDP port number for 1773 can only support IPv4 environment, 1775 can support IPv4 and IPv6 environment. Click on OK button. Click on Apply button and OK button. After add login script to scripts, logon/logoff box, click on logoff script. It will pop up logon properties box, click on show file. It will pop up user to scripts to logoff folder. Copy the Sangfor logoff script you have downloaded from IAM. Click on add button. It will pop up add a script box. Click on browse button. Choose the Sangfor logoff script from the logoff folder. Key in the script parameter as just 192.168.19.165 as IAM IP only. Click on OK button. Click on Apply button and OK button. Go back to Administrator, Windows PowerShell. Type in update/force command to update the new group policy that have been created. Wait for the AD server update group policy. The group policy have been successfully updated. Go back to user to authentication to single sign-on. Must key in the same share key that have been created within logon script parameter as Sangfor. Click on commit button. The AD domain SSO have been successfully created. Now we will explain step 5. Test the result. Go to the domain PC. Can see that the SSO authentication for website a success. Can go to status to online users. Can see that within online users consist of the domain ad user, mean that the SSO have been successfully created. Can go to run box, Type in command as %update or it will directly go to testers add user to app data to roaming path. It consists this logon folder, means that the script AD domain SSO been successfully configure. Go to logon folder, it will consist login file and login opt configuration setting file. Can go to smd, type in the command as result/r, it will show group policy result detail. Can go to C within applied group policy objects. It consists of script logon, means the logon script been applied to group policy. In this end of this tutorial, we have learned on SSO mode, LDAP SSO introduction, AD domain script SSO, SSO script mode configuration steps.